Good morning, everybody. It's TCSN Live. I'm Adam Prime, and we're here with Morgan Harper, running for Congress in the Ohio 3rd District. Everybody, let's give a welcome to Morgan. Here we are. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good, good. Thank you very much for coming on our show, and thank you for running for Congress. That means a lot to a lot of people right now. It's a big time. A lot of stuff happening in our country. So why don't you tell us to start off how you got involved with politics?
Yeah, so this is the first time I've ever run for anything, and we're running a grassroots campaign. How I got here, somewhat long story that I'll share briefly, is I got exposed early on to just the economic segregation that your zip code, who your parents are, if they have money, determines the outcomes of your life. And I wasn't okay with that. So studied policy, became a lawyer, worked in Washington, saw how really the corruptness of that place is holding us back a lot and how much money has influenced politics, and seeing that now we are in a historic moment that we're seeing movement and grassroots candidates that are trying to think boldly and get bold legislation done in Congress, and felt like the people of the 3rd District of Ohio should have representation that's part of that.
Right. That's great. Now, who are you running against?
I'm running against Joyce Beatty. She's been in politics since the late 90s here in Central Ohio and takes 80% corporate PAC money. So really beholden to a status quo that is not moving to make sure everyone has health care, jobs that pay enough to live, and that we're doing something about the climate crisis.
Oh, wow. So, and you've got a pretty big movement going on now, right? You got a lot of people working on your campaign.
We're Morganizing. Yeah.
Right.
41
exactly.
days out. Yes.
That is so awesome. How many days out do you have?
41 days left until primary day, and early voting starts on February 19th. So yeah, it's.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. This is the time for anybody that's watching this. If you want to get involved, help Morgan out, throw some money her way. There'll be links below. We'll have links scrolling by. So what, you want to talk about a couple policies?
Yeah. So I'm backing 2 key things.
Okay.
Green New Deal that is, obviously addressing the climate crisis and making sure we're creating living wage jobs for people. That's been part of our platform since day one. Medicare for all, universal health care. I believe that everyone should have health care. It's a human right, and we need to have a single payer system to get there. And we therefore are not going to take any money from the insurance industry, because I think that's a big reason why we have politicians who are not pushing to get that done.
All right. Well, I'm huge on that one myself. How about another policy that you stand by real strong?
Yeah, so I'm also backing a strong housing agenda. I was working for a affordable housing organization before launching this campaign, and saw firsthand that the existing toolkit at the federal level is really never going to get to the goal of everyone having a home who lives here. And we need to be doing more to protect renters. So I'm backing national rent stabilization to limit how much a landlord or property owner would be able to increase rents month over month, year over year, so people have more predictability around housing costs. And also that we should be building more housing, which the federal government used to do before we got into this vortex that only market-based solutions will save us. And we've seen the end result of that experiment over the past 40 years, that increasing numbers of people are not able to even access a home. Right.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big problem. I bet out in Ohio, you guys got a lot of cities in that state. It's quite populated state.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm running, the 3rd District is in Columbus. It's a lot of parts of the city of Columbus, and all within Franklin County, which is the county where Columbus sits. And this area has seen tremendous population growth, especially over the last decade or so. And the housing costs are increasing. It's becoming harder for people to find apartments and own homes. A lot of people are getting displaced through gentrification. And it's a dynamic we're seeing all over the country in every major metropolitan area, and that's why we need federal solutions to address it.
Right. That makes sense to me. I grew up in Chicago. I witnessed a lot of it. I grew up on the South Side. It was terrible what they were doing there. And I imagine things haven't gotten any better in most of the places right now.
No. And if they're getting better, it's getting better for new people moving in, not anybody who's been living
right. Exactly. Okay. So then about your campaign. So your campaign is huge. You raised a whole bunch of money, have you not?
Yeah. Even though when I started, I was told no one will back this. You won't be able to get any money if the party's not with you. We've raised at this point over $550,000 from almost 5,000 individuals from all 50 states. So it's been a real incredible, it's still our average contribution under $70, 90% of our contributions $100 or less. And it just shows the power of the movement right now, that people are recognizing, even if you're not rich, you have a voice and you can influence this political process and the economy to make it work for us. And so that's been great. But then also the fact that we've gotten such great local support. 90% of the zip codes that make up the 3rd district have supported our campaign. And we've gotten the most number of donations from any state, from the state of Ohio.
Wow.
That's another myth we're fed, is like, oh, these progressive policies, they won't work in the Midwest. These are just like coastal elite ideas. It's like, oh, really? People in the Midwest don't want healthcare?
Right. Okay. Housing,
Yeah, right.
This is the stuff that they need more than some of the coasts do,
Exactly.
But it's hardcore out there in the Midwest. Life isn't getting any easier, that's for sure. Wow, this is amazing. So then we got a lot of candidates that watch the show and stuff. So what are some tips you could tell them maybe on stuff like this?
Well, the most important tip I would say is just keep pushing, because, there's a lot of noise. People are always trying to be naysayers and say, oh, you won't be able to do this, or, oh, the media is not going to cover this. And our campaign has shown that over the past 8 months, we have been able to build a movement, and we're building off of a lot of grassroots organizing that was already happening, of course, here locally. But the fact that last Sunday, on Super Bowl Sunday, we had over 400 people who came out to a congressional primary debate.
Nice.
I mean, that doesn't just happen, and it's certainly not going to happen with the establishment Democratic Party at the helm, because they have no interest in seeing those types of gatherings and people that are coming out to hear their choices and make informed decisions about wanting to elect grassroots, non-corporate candidates.
Wow, that's amazing. This is great. Now, you debated her?
Yeah, we had the first debate on Sunday. And
I wasn't aware of that. I'm excited to see that. We'll post a link to that too here somewhere down on some of the posts. This is awesome. I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah.
Right. So I just want to say thank you again for coming out. Thank you for everything you're doing. It's huge. You are inspiration to a lot of people. And I have a feeling that you very well might be a new member of the squad soon. So it looks really good for you. I just want everyone else to know she hasn't won yet. This is the push. We need help. So anything you do, send people to her Facebook page, send people to her Twitter, blow up her social media, share her posts, donate a little bit of money. Anything helps. Yeah. Every individual contribution is a number.
And text MORGANIZE to 44939, and then we'll keep people posted on everything that's going on.
That's right. I saw that earlier, the MORGANIZE thing. We'll scroll that right there. And this is a way you can keep up with her and see what's going on. I also added a little, the thing on Facebook. You got the screen under your face, your profile.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I added one of those to mine, and everyone can put those on theirs because we have a very short time now, and we're going to get you in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on the show, and thank you for everything you're doing. It's exciting, and you're an inspiration to us all.
Thanks. Thanks for helping to spread the word.
All right.
We'll be in touch when we win.
Yeah, TCSN Live. Peace.
Cool.